Hello, and welcome to
Papi Approved Movies.
My name is Papi.
And I'm Natalie.
In our podcast, we'll review and critique my favorite PG-13 movies.
Movies that I wasn't allowed to watch until I turned 13.
Every other week, Natalie and I will watch a new PG-13 movie.
And I'll see if Papi's movies live up to the hype.
Which, of course, they will.
Today we're going to be watching Summer School.
Before we begin, there will be spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and don't want it to be spoiled,
press pause and come back when you're finished. Now, Papi, tell me the deets on this movie.
Okay. Hello, Natalie. How are you?
My head hurts.
Head hurts. Cold. Tired. Sleepy. What are some of the other things? Bored. What are other feelings that you have? Summer School came out in 1985 with a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes. It's not streaming anywhere. We had to rent it on Amazon, which we got lucky because we have the Amazon Fire TV stick thing. And there were like $3 and $5 gifts just to watch like ads. So we pretty much got this movie for free. Well, like 59 cents, but pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, and it was Coke and s'mores.
Can we get s'mores?
Sure. The TV show so we can get more money on the we talking about?
No.
So in actuality, this was sponsored by s'mores. And our next podcast will be sponsored by Coca-Cola, the Marvel Coca-Cola. Anyways, it was written by Stuart Birnbaum, David Dashev, and Jeff Franklin, and directed by Carl Reiner. The main stars are Mark Harmon, Kirstie Alley, and Robin Thomas. Fun facts, Summer School is actually the worst. I totally relate with Mr. Shoop. I would be depressed if I was forced to teach summer school, especially if you found out the last day of school.
I know, on a trip to
Hawaii.
I
know. What'd you think of the movie?
I liked it.
Anything else?
I thought it was entertaining enough. It almost didn't feel like a movie, though. It felt like an episode.
So you feel like that about everything? The last movie we did, I think, My Blue Heaven.
No, but that felt like a series. Like I watched a season.
Okay.
This one, it feels like I watched an episode.
An episode of a longer TV show. Or just, this is it. One episode, all done. You know what that is? That's called when it's just one episode and it's all finished? A movie. That's what the movie is. Start, middle, and finish in one little block.
I don't know. But it doesn't feel like a movie, you know? It's just a movie.
Well, no special effects, right? No loud noises, no explosions, no car chases. Just a little movie about school. So, high school at that.
It feels like I could have made this movie if I had like the creative juices.
Well, you have pretty creative juices. What do you rate it?
I give it a 4.5 stars.
4? Whoa! Look at you. So you don't need... Was there a love story? There was a love story. I guess you do need love stories. The last movie you did was a 4.5 star, and that was about a boy. And you love love.
But I hated the love story in the last one.
And this one, did you like the love story?
What love story?
Mr. Shoop and Robin. Like he asked her out 1,000,000 times, and at the end they made out. You forgot about all that?
Somewhat unnecessary.
Yeah, I guess. To the main story. It was about the kids, right? I guess you like a story about kids. Oh my gosh. Can you relate to kids in high school? Yes, you can. What was I thinking? All right, our next movie is going to be High School Musical 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then High School this and High School that.
Why don't we get into the recap?
Okay. The movie begins on the last day of school at Oceanfront High School. Mr. Shoop, the PE teacher, counts down for summer. He and his girlfriend Kim are going to Hawaii. Meanwhile, Carmine, the school's security guard, is passing out slips to random students. And Mr. Diradorian is scratching lottery tickets. I love it. I love the way they picture high school teachers. They always picture high school teachers like never caring, only wanted summer vacation, trying to figure out how to get rich and not be a teacher anymore. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like in every movie that we watch, the high school teachers are always kind of the worst. What do you think about your high school teachers? Do they compare to these kind of teachers?
There's some of them that just don't care. And then there's some of them that seem to care too much.
They're like no one in the middle. Yeah, they don't care or care too much.
Well, I feel like the good teachers are in the middle.
Oh, and there are none of those?
No, they're there sometimes.
You have a Mr. Shoop at your school?
That's like my PE teacher.
Shots fired. Let's not say any names. Another he or she, so that way we can keep this anonymous. Go ahead.
My PE teacher like sets up an umbrella in a chair every single day of PE and watches us do our stuff.
And then counts down to the first day of summer.
I don't think my PE teacher showed up on the last day of school.
They started vacation early. That's even worse than Mr. Shoop. At least he went the last day of school. All right. Bell rings and it's pandemonium. Is that how it is too? I remember how it was when I was younger. It was kind of crazy. The bell rings and everybody's like, yay. They're screaming and throwing things.
Yeah, I remember because the seniors have a different last day than us.
Right.
We were walking through and we were like hearing countdowns because me and my friend left class early because we're in the locker room and our teacher was like, you can just leave, I don't care. Well, our teacher wasn't in the locker room, but like a teacher was like, it's fine, it doesn't matter, you can just leave.
Right.
So we all just like left and went to hang out in the rotunda because there's actually air conditioning in there.
Okay.
And then so we were just sitting in there and there was just a bunch of people screaming their countdowns and we were like, wow, that's not us.
Did they run out crazy though?
No, there was like no running. But I feel like the end of school is crazy every day.
Oh, every day is a countdown to the
Not a countdown, but like a
day 1,
rush.
day 30, day 50, all of them are the same.
Like a rush, but no countdown.
Everyone, even the teachers, run out immediately at this school. Kids who got a slip are notified that they failed an English exam and will have to attend summer school for 6 weeks and take the test again. Mr. Dorian, the summer school teacher, tells Vice Principal Gills and Principal Kelvin that he's not teaching summer school because he just won $50,000 on a scratcher. Mr. Gills goes to the teacher parking lot to find a replacement summer school teacher, and the staff run away. Sadly, Mr. Shoop gets cornered. Mr. Gills tells him that if he doesn't teach summer school, he will not get his recommendation for tenure and loses his job. Shoop is stuck. Kim decides to go to Hawaii without him. First day of summer school, and Shoop meets Robin. She's teaching advanced American history next door. He flirts with her, and she kind of reciprocates. Then Shoop goes and meets his class, which is full of misfits. The class consists of Dave and Chainsaw, who are horror movie fanatics and troublemakers. Kevin, a football player. Larry, who's always asleep. Pam, a surfer with zero attention span. Rhonda, who's pregnant. Alan, a geeky guy who kind of doesn't fit in with his family. Anna Maria, a foreign exchange student. Denise, a struggling reader. And Jerome, who thinks he's there by mistake. First thing that happens, Jerome's asked to go to the restroom and he goes. Everyone in the class is disrespectful. Robin comes in because they're too loud and sees Shoop has no control of the class. After school, Shoop apologizes to Robin. She seems less interested now. And then Gills comes in and kisses her. They're dating, but she isn't that into him. Was that kind of shocking that a vice principal is dating one of the teachers?
Yeah.
Do you think at your high school one teacher doesn't know another teacher? I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
You think so?
I've talked to teachers and they'd be like, who? And then the teacher would be like, yeah, I only know the people that are in, and then it would be like numbers, like classroom numbers. Like I only know all the teachers in the 900 wing.
Weird. Because I thought it was kind of like, is it a plot hole? He should know her. And I thought, why doesn't he know her? I guess it makes sense. Maybe in high school, the teachers don't talk to each other at all. Kind of like, I guess it's like high school drama. The teachers in the same thing. They're like, this is my clique and this is their clique.
Yeah, there's like, I know like the teacher friend groups. That even happened in middle school. Like, I remember a teacher telling the class, like, yeah, I really dislike most of the teachers here. And then, like, told the class, like, I only like these two teachers.
That's hilarious. Anyways, class is boring. Shoop doesn't know what to do. They end up going to the library where one of the students comes up with the idea of going on field trips. Shoop is down, and they all sign their parents' names on the permission slips. That was the funny part. He's like, here are the permission slips. Go sign them and then bring them back tomorrow. And then everybody turned them in. Like, every one of those students wrote their parents' names down.
I know, but I'm more concerned on how he has permission slips in his backpack.
No, the students had the permission slips.
That's what I'm saying.
Where did they get permission slips?
Yeah.
No, it's a good point.
And why would you have that on you at all times?
Yeah, it is
like
weird.
That's not something like maybe a signed permission slip or something.
Or one that was given to you by a teacher, but not a blank one.
Yeah, and not like 12 blank ones.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Next, we see a montage of fun times at the field trips. They go go-karting, ride roller coasters. They also go to a petting zoo where Dave and Chainsaw put on a horror show of killer bunnies.
I hope that the pregnant girl wasn't on the roller coaster field trip.
Did you notice her? I didn't notice.
I didn't see her, but that's like what I instantly thought. I'm like, is she allowed to be there?
Usually, no. It actually usually says like if you have heart problems or if you're pregnant. A lot of times.
Please don't go on the roller coaster.
They even go to the beach for a field trip when Dave and Chainsaw beg Shoop so they can see Anna Maria in a bathing suit. And she almost gets naked. She accidentally starts to take her top off. And one of the students are like, hey, slow down. We don't do that here. And then
I find that part stupid.
Why? Because in some places, in Italy, I guess, they have nude beaches. They just
I know,
naked.
but first of all, there are nude beaches, right? But you would know that you're not going to a nude beach with your teacher. Second of all...
Well, why would you go to a beach with your teacher at all?
Well, first of all, that's just like one thing. And then second of all, you would know that your teacher is there. And it wouldn't be a nude beach. So now they're just painting her to be this stupid foreigner.
Oh, no. I don't see it that way.
And then, secondly, she's wearing a swimsuit. Like, she's wearing a swimsuit. So, like, why would you wear a swimsuit just to take it off?
Oh, you're saying, like, why would...
You would just wear your normal clothes.
She took off her clothes and their swimsuit was below.
And then everyone was like, yay, swimsuit. And then she started taking off her swimsuit. You're wearing a swimsuit already. You would just, if you were going to a nude beach, you would just wear like normal clothes.
That's a good question. I've never been to a nude beach and I don't know how they function. But I do know that I don't think she's just the dumb foreigner. I think if anything, she was just doing something that she's used to and didn't think anything wrong of it.
No, I think that she would have definitely known that it was not like a nude beach if she was going on a trip with her teacher.
First off, that teacher was asked to go to the beach for the single purpose to see her in a bathing suit. So obviously there's a lot of issues with everybody in this movie, but I'm saying like, why would you think that? I mean, if everybody, maybe you don't even know, maybe they do field trips at the beach, at nude beaches in that part of Italy. You don't know. You've never been there. You don't know. So sorry. At school, Alan's grandma complains to Mr. Gills about the field trips. Gills yells at Shoop and suspends him until Principal Kelvin comes back to fire him. Shoop begs for his job. Gil tells him that if he can get everyone to pass the English test, he can keep his job, and Shoop agrees. In class the next day, Shoop comes in a suit, and the kids are being knuckleheads. Not too many teachers wearing suits at school, are there?
I have a teacher.
You have one. I think Sophia had one, too.
I know a few teachers. Not this year, but even in middle school, there were some teachers that
wore a suit? Not just a shirt and tie, but like a jacket?
Yeah, but it was usually the oldies.
Yeah, old school people. Yeah.
Not very many women wearing suits, though.
No. About like dresses, like nice dresses? Or like nice skirts?
Well, I have a teacher this year that wore a dress every single day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's kind of neat. Just the way she wore old school clothes.
Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing, it was probably because I only had her for one semester. I never saw her wear the same dress twice. I was like, where is she getting these dresses from?
Shoop tells them about the dilemma and they all agree that they'll do some classwork in exchange for a favor. Shoop agrees. Then when they are ready to learn, Shoop freezes because he doesn't know what to do. He goes to Robin asking for help and she agrees. The favors begin. Shoop helps Kevin practice playing football and is smashed in the process. He accompanies Rhonda to her Lamaze class.
I feel so sad about this part. Like, does that mean she has absolutely zero friends? Because a girl could have helped her.
It's an awkward situation. I would say this is a time where if a girl went, people probably would not be okay with it. You're looking at the 80s, they would think it's, some type of gay thing. And people would be hating on that back then. So it would have to be a man. Although, why would you pick a man who's like 20 years older than you? You know what I mean?
You're going to get just as many weird stares.
But probably not. Sadly, at the time, it would probably be 100% okay if it were Mr. Shoop versus like one of her girlfriends that helped her out. And then I would think that her dad would be someone that would help, or maybe like her mom, because then it would be. But yeah, she doesn't have anyone. And then obviously the father, he probably just bounced on her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I find it strange that she really couldn't find anyone else. Not less strange, but more sad. Like, that's just really sad.
Yeah, it is sad. So he went to Lamont's class with Rhonda. He gives Denise driving lessons. He drives Dave and Chainsaw to work and agrees to have a party at his house. The party goes sideways quickly when Pam comes on to Shoop. And later, Dave and Chainsaw set the couch on fire and used his aquarium to put it out, killing his fish in the process. Oh, that was kind of sad.
I don't know why they killed his fish, though. He clearly already had it handled.
It was like a plot hole because they could have seen that he was already done putting it out. Ruined his couch and his fish. At the beach, cops stop Dave and Chainsaw for drinking and Shoop stands up for them. Shoop is thrown into the Kuzgau for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Robin and Gills bail him out. When Shoop gets home, Pam's there. Her favor is to move in with him. He's hesitant, but he agrees. In class, the kids are improving. Denise is embarrassed about her work and lets Alan check it out. He gives it to Shoop, who ends up showing it to Robin. Robin says that Denise is dyslexic and needs help from a specialist.
This is the part where it made sense because Denise seemed way too smart to be in this class full of knuckleheads.
Right.
It was
mature.
It just didn't make sense to me. I was like, she would talk and it would she would speak perfectly sophisticated grammar. She had so many high opinions, and then she was in this remedial English class almost, and it was well, that doesn't make any sense. She would definitely be on top of her schoolwork. This is not making much sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of does, and it's kind of a sad thing. Also,
and then it's also your English teacher didn't help you out the entire year.
I would say I can believe that 100%. I believe that happening. I would say that is more common than you think. That maybe she's a troublemaker. Maybe she's a little loud. Maybe she's a little annoying. And the teacher just stops caring. And at that point, you're she's just a knucklehead. She doesn't even care about trying. So when she doesn't do her homework, doesn't do her things, she's who cares about her? I can see that happening. I guarantee that's a reality. Because the teacher wouldn't even know. Because they don't care. And she probably never turned in any assignments.
That's true.
Yeah, because even when she had an assignment in class, she wouldn't turn it into him. She said someone stole it.
Yeah.
Like a thief stole her money and her homework. The only reason he finds out is because she shares it with Alan. After Denise passes her driving test, Shoop asks her to visit the specialist he sets up. She says maybe. Shoop gets home and Pam has cooked and cleaned. Robin comes over and points out how inappropriate it all is and how he's leading Pam on. Shoop talks to Pam and asks her to leave. She understands, but is really angry. In court, Shoop sees the judge. All the students are there, and so is Robin and Gills. David and Chainsaw admit that the alcohol was theirs, not Shoop's, and Robin stands up for him. She says Shoop is a great teacher. The judge dismisses the charges, and everyone is happy except Gills. Gills threatens to fire Shoop and calls him a loser like his students. Robin overhears it and dumps him right there. I don't know. You don't think she would have known what kind of jerk he is? Gills was a rude guy the whole time. Even with the kids, he was rude. So.
Well, I think she just needed an excuse to break up with him.
All right. At school, there's the practice test, and the students rebel. They want more favors. Shoop loses it and quits. The next day, Gills hires a substitute teacher, Mrs. Curra. When she walks in, it's a horror show put on by Dave and Chainsaw. Mrs. Curra bounces. The students find Shoop chilling at the beach and beg him to come back. He agrees if they're 100% committed to passing the test, and they all agree.
Another plot hole.
Why?
Because he's I quit. I'm going to go to Hawaii. And then they find him on the beach.
They find him at home.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Why didn't he go to Hawaii? Why wasn't he already in Hawaii?
Yeah, or at least at the airport or something.
And it had to be the next day.
Or in his house packing, there's...
Yeah, that montage would have been better. If he's packing, you can see him putting his stuff away. Oh, he's already packed. Although he must have unpacked, right?
Yeah, and they all know where his house is because they threw a party.
They've been there.
So they would go to his house.
Yeah. And by the way, what a beautiful house. It's a nice size. It's not big, but the backyard is at the beach. You know what I mean? Across the street from the beach. Imagine that on a teacher's salary. And he's not even tenure. So that means he just started teaching. What's he been doing for, I don't know, maybe he was a millionaire before that?
Maybe his girlfriend is rich.
No, well, maybe. Maybe she's rich. And that's all her things? That's her house, that's her car, that's everything?
I don't know.
And then he has an antique car, really nice. So, I don't know. Yeah, I do love it when you see teachers living the high life and you're I'm sorry, do you guys think we make a lot of money? Or they put teachers oh, he lives in homeless because he's a teacher. I'm like, we don't make that little. We're kind of in the middle. Not good and not bad. Just, average, Anyways, next we see a studying montage. Kids are really working hard. Denise is even seeing the reading specialist. They take a practice test and Shoop tells them they crushed it. But really, they didn't do so well. And he's worried. Test day. The kids come in and the test begins. Jerome comes back from the bathroom 6 weeks later. You forgot about that guy?
I just thought that I didn't think he actually, he threatened that it was, actually just a mistake. I thought he was, threatening him. At the beginning. I thought he was, because he grabbed him by his shirt.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He grabbed him by his shirt collar and was like, and I'm sure you'll know that the computer made a mistake, and this next time I will be passing. And then the teacher was like, okay. He grabbed him by his collar.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
And told him like that. And so I thought he was just threatening him to get a passing grade.
But then we find out later
that he actually was just fine.
And he got the highest score in the class. He got a 91. So he got an A on this test and crushed it. Rhonda starts having contractions in the middle of the test, but decides to finish the test anyway. The exam is done, and she goes to the hospital. The next day, kids all meet in Shoop's backyard. Shoop comes and tells them the results will be mailed, but Gil's told him that the average score is below passing. He tells them that he's very proud of them. Principal Kelvin and Gills call Shoop in to fire him, but first, people want to talk on Shoop's behalf. The students and their parents walk in. They take turns going over how Shoop has helped their kids. Then Shoop reads the test results, and everyone improved, and a few of the students passed. Kelvin is happy about the students' growth and gives Shoop his tenure. Shoop and Robin go for a walk, and he asks her out one more time. She says she'll think about it, and then kisses him. Then they make out at the end, on the beach, in the waves. The end. Love story. Is good. So a couple of the people who passed, Dave passed. That was kind of funny. And at the end, he's like, C. He's just writing C. Pam passes. She gets the highest score. And then... Other than Jerome. And then Alan passes as well. I don't know if Larry passes or not. We didn't really talk about Larry. I imagine you might have something to say about Larry a little later.
Who's Larry?
Oh, good. So you don't have to talk about him because that was the most inappropriate part of the movie.
I don't know who Larry is.
The guy who's asleep.
Oh, I kind of forgot about him completely.
So the reason he was asleep because he was an exotic dancer. And Shoop finds out but doesn't tell anybody. And then his mom ends up finding him. And then he ends up losing his job. And then that way he can study and do his homework now. And he doesn't sleep all day. Because he was up all night all the time. My biggest question is, what is Shoop doing there?
No, he explained it.
He's doing interviews for Time magazine?
No. He explained. He said, he was like, oh, I'm really lonely. I gotta find myself a girl. And then he goes to this bar. And then he tries to meet this girl. And then he's like, no, it's ladies' night. That's what the girl says. And he gets shooed off.
No, he says a commentary like, hi, I'm doing an interview for Rolling Stone magazine or something like that.
Yeah, he was joking around. But he said in the little monologue beforehand.
So he went to a male strip club.
He literally said that. He looked at a picture of his old girlfriend or something and was like, I gotta find a woman or something. He said something like that, and then he goes to this bar, and that's how the whole thing's
plot hole. So dumb. Why would he go to that? Of all places, he can go to the beach. He sees them walking around. The girls are everywhere. I don't know. All right. Could this movie still be made today?
Probably not.
All right. Why? Why do you say that? What are your notes telling you?
So, the girl flirting with her teacher.
Well,
actually, the girl living with her teacher.
Yeah, because I do like the fact that he turned her down. And then what he was doing, he was laying in his bed. And then she came and laid in his bed too. And then he looked up. And the whole time he was making faces like, no. And then he got up and said, why don't we go check out the party? Right? So he tried to make sure that she knew that he wasn't interested in her. But he let her move in with him. You don't think that would happen anymore?
No.
Yeah. Because he was hesitant about it, which made him the good guy. But how could he let a 16-year-old who he knows is in love with him or has a crush on him move in with him? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate, yeah.
And, like, he was letting her do his laundry. She was cooking for him.
You think that was like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? You thought she was there a while?
Maybe like half a week.
Yeah. But by then, she had done laundry and cooked. All right, what else?
Larry, who I forgot about.
Oh, now you remember, though. You're going to talk about Larry.
Yeah, but, like, honestly, it's not Mr. Shoop's fault. It's kind of none of his business.
Yeah, but he did see it.
But it's still none of his business what this kid has to do. Like, you don't know his story. You don't know his family life.
That's a tricky one. I would say that he might be, because he's a mandated reporter and his child's doing something wrong. I mean, he was a party to all that. He knew all that was going on.
He let them have a party at their house.
Were there alcohol at the party?
Yeah.
You think there was?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell exactly if there was, but it made sense that there was.
Anyways, back to Larry. I don't really think that it's Mr. Shoop's bad.
Okay.
On that part, but it's just like this kid was clearly not doing something he was supposed to be, because it wasn't just the fact that his mom found out that he got kicked out, but he was actually supposed to be 21.
Right, he was underage.
So it was
17.
illegal.
Yeah, it was illegal.
So like, and his like purpose was just like dumb.
Yeah, because he's just sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was basically all about him. I did think that Anna Maria was like just this random pretty girl for the point of she didn't even take the test. Like, I really don't know why she was there.
To learn English, to practice English before school starts.
I know, but like in the movie sense.
Yeah, eye candy. They just brought in a pretty girl that Dave and Chainsaw were just like drooling over the whole time.
I know, but it was just like, she didn't even take the test. Like, that's how...
Well,
like,
they said right up front, they're like, she's not going to take the test.
Of little importance that she is.
Right, and she's not remedial level, right?
Yeah,
she's probably fine.
Yeah, she clearly spoke English, like, perfectly the entire movie.
Yeah, that's true. All right, what else?
Just, like, the teacher-student all, like, throwing a party.
Yeah, teacher-student relationship.
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Or the beach field trip. That's just weird.
No, I can see that.
No, like the fact that he only did it because they wanted to see Anna Maria in a bikini.
The Lamaze class, although a sweet thing he's doing, right? Because he's not in love with Rhonda. He's not.
And she's not. She just needs help, like, for her pregnancy.
But it's still inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he only does like one class with her.
Well, we don't know. Because this is over a 6-week period, the whole class. And Kevin takes over doing it. But we don't know if that was, he did it 1 week and he did 5, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Not really.
All right. Does it pass the Bechdel test?
Yeah.
It does pass the Bechdel test. I won't press the button yet. All right. Bechdel test is the test.
Not for a great part of the movie, though.
The Bechdel test is a test check for female representation in movies. There are 3 criteria. Criteria number 1. Are there 2 or more named females?
There's a ton of females in this movie.
You want to name a few?
I want to say Denise. Pat.
Pam.
Anna Maria.
Robin. Rhonda.
His girlfriend.
Kim. All right. Criteria number 2. Do they talk to each other?
Yeah, they're classmates.
They talk all the time, yeah. Criteria number 3. Do they talk to each other about anything other than a man?
Yeah, but in not a great scene. It's the scene we talked about earlier where Denise told Anna Maria, "Oh, it's not that kind of beach."
That's a great scene. That was girl power. Denise was protecting Anna Maria. Like, hey, slow down. We don't want to have you be embarrassed. No, that was girl power. So it just passed on a great line. There was barely any love stories.
Rhonda and
Kevin. And then Robin and Shoop. But those were kind of outside of the story.
Yeah.
The story was mainly about learning and students and, doing things like that. Now, it revolved around the teacher because he was the main character, but there was a lot of interaction between the kids. Like Dave and Chainsaw talked a lot. And so, there was a lot of conversation that people had that wasn't necessarily connected to a love story. So I wouldn't call this a love story, if anything. All right. Anything else before we say our goodbyes?
I have some random notes. I said it's nice that Chainsaw passed out the sunglasses to the class.
Yeah, there's a scene where he gets free glasses because they write a letter to complain about him. And then he gave everybody glasses.
Because he got a box of glasses. Because if I got a box of glasses, I would probably be like, wow, that's so cool. Maybe give, what was the best friend's name?
Dave, yeah.
I'd probably give Dave some sunglasses. Maybe my teacher would then bring the rest of the box home. But he was like, nah, everyone's in for the ride. And like handed out all the sunglasses.
All right, any other notes?
No.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Papi Approved Movies.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast app, or like our podcast on YouTube.
We put out an episode every Monday.
If you want to see extra podcast content, follow our TikTok at papiapprovedmovies@gmail.com.
If you want to suggest a movie for us to watch and critique,
email us at papiapprovedmovies@gmail.com.
that's papiapprovedmovies@gmail.com. No spaces, no caps.
We'll try our best to get to your suggestion. And remember, it has to be PG-13.
Next week, Sophia will be back and we'll be watching Dazed and Confused.
And I'll be back in 2 weeks to watch Back to School.
I'm Papi.
And I'm Natalie.
See you next time.
Bye.